He's got excellent jiu-jitsu skills. He tapped out an entire black belt Gracie team one after the other. He's got knockout power and he's got the cardio as well these days, ever since he got the nose job, okay? So the man's cooking with gas, he's firing on all cylinders, and he can't wait to go head to head with Khamzat Chimaev.
It's time to now stop doubting him because he's just that good. I think DDP is one of those guys.
Chimaev will take him down. If he doesn't finish him, I think Dricus wins the fight. I just find it hard to see Chimaev taking him down for 25 minutes.
The Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his, it's not even a doubt in my mind. Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. In this case, he hasn't gotten either tank.
With UFC 319 approaching, Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis are pushing themselves through demanding sessions as both want to knock out each other. However, UFC pros have shared their concerns about Khamzat's chances against DDP. Meanwhile, Brendan Schaub predicted a tough test for Khamzat Chimaev against Dricus du Plessis, pointing to DDP's size as a possible problem. He said if the fight ends early, it favors Khamzat, but he's more interested in seeing how Khamzat handles the 4th and 5th rounds. Schaub noted that Dricus is hard to finish and that neither fighter has faced someone with the other's style, making it a fascinating and unpredictable matchup.
Khamzat's big, right? Khamzat's big. DDP's my size. I don't know if you know.
No way.
You seen the picture of him in Bisping? Bisping's a big dude. DDP dwarfs big. DDP is walks around about 240. The first round, of course, if Khamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Khamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Khamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Khamzat's lighting his ass up, because DDP is going to be tough to finish. So if Khamzat's in the 4th and 5th finish him, then you got one. So for Khamzat, it's going to be dealing with that mass.
Who has DDP fought that's even close to that style, that explosive, shoot from 10 feet out, grab you, not let go till he gets what he wants?
That's why it's a great fight.
Oh,
because DDP hasn't fought anybody like Khamzat, and Khamzat hasn't fought anybody like DDP.
Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen also shared their thoughts on the matchup. Schaub picked Dricus du Plessis to win, especially if the fight went past the early rounds, saying DDP tends to take over as the fight drags on. Callen, on the other hand, backed Khamzat Chimaev, calling him the better striker and wrestler. While both acknowledged DDP's toughness, Callen believed it was Chimaev's moment, but noted there could be solid betting value in picking du Plessis as the underdog.
Khamzat, DDP, who you got?
I got
a feeling DDP wins that.
I have Khamzat.
I don't.
Yeah.
If Khamzat can get done the first round and a half, maybe, I just think that thing goes past the 3rd and DDP takes over. I think he TKOs him.
I think Khamzat is a better striker, and I think Khamzat's a better wrestler, and I think DDP is a killer. But I think it's Khamzat's time.
Could be totally off on Khamzat. He's a minus 200, dude. Take my money.
Really? You got DDP?
Yes. Especially as a dog. I figured it'd be the favorite.
I have to say,
I figured DDP would be like a minus 150. Well, Khamzat, I look at the Gilbert Burns fight. You look at the Kamaru Usman fight. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but he did out wrestle Kamaru a lot.
Meanwhile, Shara Bullet Magomedov didn't hold back when discussing the psychological impact of a loss for Dricus du Plessis. Rather than focusing on how the fight would unfold, Shara emphasized the aftermath, suggesting Dricus would be forgotten quickly. He said Chimaev's dominance would leave fans offering only 2 seconds of silence for du Plessis as they move on, remembering how overwhelming it is to be in such very strong hands.
Very soon there's going to be a championship fight between Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev for the middleweight title. How do you think the fight will play out, and who do you think was going to get his hand raised? As I said before, Dricus is in very good, strong hands in this fight, and we will make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards.
The MMA guru also analyzed Dricus du Plessis' chances against Khamzat Chimaev and believed a win for DDP was very possible. He pointed to du Plessis' jiu-jitsu as his most overlooked weapon, especially his ability to scramble from the bottom. According to Guru, Dricus doesn't just stay stuck in bad positions, he actively rolls for leg locks and uses them to reverse or escape. He stressed that DDP's ground game is far more dangerous than people realize and could be a key factor in the matchup.
Who do you think wins, Dricus or Khamzat, and what do you think the finishing sequence would look like? I could see Dricus winning. Chat,
Yes or no, most underrated part of Dricus du Plessis' game, jiu-jitsu. He actually scrambles really well from bottom position, really well. He's not going to let himself get mounted. He'll roll for like a leg and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? He'll roll for a leg, threaten a heel hook, and then use it to get back up and try and get back control. Like, he's actually really good at that shit.
Michael Bisping also expressed major excitement for the clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis, calling it one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory. He described Chimaev as a relentless finisher who tore through elite competition like Robert Whittaker and Li Jingliang. Bisping praised Chimaev's sharp boxing and highlighted his wrestling as possibly the best in the UFC, especially noting his speed and explosiveness when closing the distance.
Because this is one of the most highly anticipated matchups of all time. Khamzat Chimaev, ever since he signed with the UFC, we all know what he's capable of. The man is a finishing machine. He is an absolute monster, okay? He is undefeated. He's gone through most people like a hot knife through butter, okay? And we're talking world-class competition, people like Robert Whittaker. The way that he dismantled Li Jingliang was just phenomenal. He's got great boxing. The wrestling is probably some of the best in the UFC. In fact, probably the best in the UFC right now. Nobody shoots like Khamzat Chimaev from about a mile away, but he's so fast and so explosive. He level changes, then woof, he flies across the octagon, and all he's got to do is get a hold of you, and you are in a world of trouble.
Michael Bisping described Khamzat Chimaev as a relentless force who never takes his foot off the gas. He praised Chimaev's forward pressure and finishing instincts, calling him a killer who immediately hunts for takedowns, knockouts, or submissions. Bisping pointed out that from the opening bell, Chimaev fights with the clear intent to overwhelm and damage his opponents.
Khamzat Chimaev is a force of nature, and he only knows how to fight one speed, and that's why people really enjoy watching this guy fight. He goes forward, he's a straight up killer, he's looking to take you down, do damage, knock you out, squeeze your head off. Whatever it is, he's trying to do damage right from the opening bell. And that's what he's done to almost everybody. 14 wins, 12 stoppages.
Michael Bisping further observed that Chimaev had shown signs of fatigue in longer fights like those against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman. He remarked that while Chimaev still found a way to win, those bouts revealed questions about his cardio. Rather than doubting his talent, Bisping framed it as a reminder that a drawn-out fight against someone as durable as Dricus du Plessis could shift the dynamic. He expected Chimaev to avoid that scenario by pushing for an early finish.
He's twice against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, and we know what happened there. He got a little bit tired, and against Kamaru Usman, well, he was kind of looking to get that decision. I'm not talking shit about Khamzat Chimaev. I think he's phenomenal. But I think he's got some problems here going 5 rounds against Dricus du Plessis. We've never seen him go 5 rounds. But we do know the man is a finisher. He is a phenom. He's a freak of nature. He's a strong son of a bitch. He's a great wrestler. He might not have the accolades of a Bold Nickel, but holy shit, when it comes to being effective, Khamzat Chimaev is right up there. He's one of the best finishers that we have in mixed martial arts right now. In fact, I will say the 2 best finishers in all of MMA right now, Tom Aspinall and Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat, 14 fights, 12 stoppages, 2 decisions, as I said earlier. And I'm telling you, he's going to try and finish Dricus du Plessis straight away. And that's his best bet.
Michael Bisping also said Dricus du Plessis' size, strength, and jiu-jitsu make him a serious threat, but noted that moving to 185 could benefit Khamzat Chimaev. He believed the extra weight would help Chimaev recover and train better, potentially improving his cardio. Bisping again questioned why more fighters don't move up in weight.
Dricus du Plessis is gigantic for a middleweight as well. He's a very, very strong guy. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got excellent conditioning. Now, the conditioning is going to be key for Khamzat because moving up to 185, the conditioning will be improved. The strength will be improved. He can take on more nutrients. He can recover better between training sessions. I don't know why everyone doesn't move up a weight class. I said this on a video yesterday, and I'm saying it again right now. Everyone just move up a weight class, okay? The sport will be better.
Meanwhile, Daniel Cormier noted that Khamzat Chimaev looked like the rightful favorite against Dricus du Plessis, especially after how he handled Robert Whittaker. He pointed out the odds had Chimaev around -180 and felt that was fair. Still, Cormier admitted he had learned not to underestimate Dricus anymore given what he's proven lately.
Who do you think right now it favors? Because I know you can't make obviously a prediction, but who do you think it favors right now? Because looking at the way Khamzat just disposed of Robert Whittaker.
Robert Whittaker was crazy. So I think, and DDP is gonna be like, what the hell, dude? I think when the line comes out and I'm pretty sure it's out already. You guys can check it. Khamzat will probably be a favorite, and I think it's because of what you see.
Yeah, -180.
Khamzat is -180, and I think just when you look at it, that's probably
pretty big
about
team,
right. But I don't know, man. I'm done doubting Dricus du Plessis.
Daniel Cormier acknowledged that his perception of Dricus du Plessis had changed over time. He once viewed DDP as lacking technical polish, but came to recognize how effective and dangerous his style really was. Cormier joked that du Plessis does things unconventionally, yet still finds ways to win. He expressed surprise at how DDP handled Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland, and stressed that du Plessis' size, strength, and awkward style deserve serious respect.
DDP and Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah.
Who emerges from that?
But DDP, man, he is something else, bro. For so long we thought he just was bad. He's not. He's really good. He's like really, really good.
Did you ever see that thing with him and like he's like they show like a clips of Homer Simpson like doing everything wrong and somehow winning, and they kind of show like the same.
Good, dude.
That is
bro.
hilarious.
He was just. I thought I was like, okay, so Izzy's gonna just counter him. He's too good. And he got Izzy bad. He was all over Izzy. I mean, he put it on Sean Strickland bad.
Yeah.
That last time. Like,
yeah, you gotta respect that style.
He's good, man. He's so big, he's so strong, and he's good.
Daniel Cormier further believed Khamzat Chimaev would have the upper hand in a fast, explosive start, but saw the fight becoming more competitive if it extended into the later rounds. He felt Dricus du Plessis was better suited for a full 5-round battle, and pointed out that Khamzat still needed to show he could maintain that pace and intensity over the entire fight.
Now, Khamzat, in a sprint, can't stay with him. DDP can't stay with him. But I think if the fight goes long, it starts to get interesting. Right. I think Dricus is there for 25 minutes. Khamzat needs to be there for 25 minutes also.
Dricus du Plessis sent a strong message to Khamzat Chimaev before their showdown, making it clear this was the matchup he wanted all along. While he recognized Chimaev's power, he insisted it wouldn't compare to what he brings. Du Plessis said his strength was on a different level and that he wouldn't be bullied physically. He predicted that if the fight reached the later rounds, it would start to shift entirely in his favor.
The Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his, it's not even a doubt in my mind. Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. In this case, he hasn't gotten either tank when it comes to the strength. There's not a middleweight that's going to power. It's not going to happen. Once it goes past round 2, it's going to be smooth sailing.
Dominic Cruz also weighed in on a potential Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis fight, praising Dricus' movement, stance switches, and strong takedown defense. He noted that staying off the center line makes it harder for opponents to shoot. Cruz also pointed to Dricus' size and strength as key factors early on, but said this would likely be the toughest test of Dricus' career.
I actually really like Dricus right now, the way he's looking. Like I said in the Schmo interview, he doesn't really stay on the center line. His striking and the stance switch really supports him in the rest of the takedown defense. Because as long as you don't sit right in front of a guy consistently, it's hard to get a hold of the legs and on you. So he's also very big and strong. So I think he can challenge the strength of Chimaev in the first 2 rounds, which a lot of people haven't been able to rival. Just the strength alone has been too much, and I think Dricus is sturdy enough and big enough he can challenge it, but I will say I think it might be the toughest fight of his career so far.
Kamaru Usman, who stepped in to fight Khamzat Chimaev on short notice, shared his thoughts on a possible matchup between Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis. He said Chimaev is a name fans have been watching for a long time and agreed that it's time for him to get a major fight. Usman noted that Chimaev is extremely dangerous in the first round, and if an opponent can't survive that early storm, things get tough quickly. Still, he believes Dricus has the tools to give Chimaev a real challenge.
Khamzat Chimaev is just that name that we've been hearing for the last decade, that everyone just kind of, yeah, they want to see him get that shot.
Kamaru, who wins that fight?
Very intriguing fight because Khamzat Chimaev is probably one of the most difficult people to deal with in that first round. You can't make it to round 2 or 3 if you don't get past 1. So it's a tough one. I think Khamzat Chimaev has the tools.
Kamaru Usman also broke down the matchup further, pointing out Khamzat Chimaev's strong grip and how effectively he controls opponents once he secures a takedown. However, he questioned whether that same approach would work against Dricus du Plessis, who has proven he can keep a high pace and maintain his endurance deep into the fight.
Khamzat Chimaev on your back round one is not easy to get off. And then he was able to sink that in, and that goes to show how strong of the squeeze this freaking dude had.
Could he pull that same style against Dricus du Plessis? Because I will say this.
1000%.
Meanwhile, Reinier de Ridder said he leaned toward Dricus du Plessis as the favorite, largely because of how aggressively du Plessis opened fights and maintained pressure early on. He noted that it was still difficult to evaluate Khamzat Chimaev's current level, especially since the Whitaker fight ended so fast it offered little insight. While de Ridder admitted Chimaev may have made significant improvements since then, he believed there were still too many unknowns to draw clear conclusions.
Dricus is a guy who doesn't really hold anything back anyway in the first couple of rounds, so that's why I feel like Dricus might be the favorite in my mind, but we'll see. We haven't seen Khamzat as active. We didn't see a lot from him in the Whitaker fight because he took him down, stayed on top, and then finished him pretty quickly. So I'm curious. Maybe he evolved a lot as well. We don't really know where Khamzat is at, because he might have just really upped his game and really evolved as a fighter as well.
Darren Till confidently predicted that Khamzat Chimaev would finish Dricus du Plessis within 2 rounds. He praised Chimaev's strength, focus, and dedication, and while he acknowledged DDP's effort and unorthodox style, Till believes Chimaev operates on a completely different level.
You think he beats Khamzat, your boy?
No, look, with respect, I'm never going to look past Dricus because he trains hard, he's super dedicated, he's super strong, and he's got that awkward style that doesn't make any sense. I think Khamzat will beat him inside the 2 rounds. I really do believe that. But look, Khamzat knows. I was speaking to Khamzat on the FaceTime the other day because I'm meant to be going out to Dubai to help with the camp. Khamzat knows it's a tough fight, but, you know, Khamzat trains like a beast. I do think Khamzat gets it in 2 rounds done. You know what I'm saying?
Jason Mayhem Miller also shared his thoughts on the Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis matchup, calling it a tough challenge for DDP. He highlighted Chimaev's blend of European-style striking and elite grappling, and questioned whether du Plessis can handle the pressure, counter the wrestling, and stay effective while moving forward. Mayhem believes the fight could ultimately come down to cardio, and who can keep their energy up deeper into the rounds.
This kind of thing is, all right, so now do you counter wrestle? Do you find your striking exchanges working when you push the guy backwards? And can you do that without overshooting and getting taken down? Do you want to get taken down and make a scramble and this? No, probably not. Du Plessis has work cut out for him. Like, he has to kind of figure this enigma out of a dude who can kickbox pretty good with this European style kickboxing and also really high level grappling. I don't know. I think it'll come down to who's in the best shape, who's the best conditioned. That's really the end of that. Happy birthday, August 16th. We're going to see that one.
Mayhem Miller slightly favored Khamzat Chimaev in the matchup, pointing to his lifelong grappling background as a key advantage that allows him to stay calm and conserve energy during exchanges. He acknowledged du Plessis' strength and skill, but suggested that his size comes more from added muscle than a natural frame, which could affect his endurance in long grappling sequences. In the end, Mayhem gave the edge to Chimaev and hinted that an upset in Khamzat's favor seemed likely.
Chimaev, you know, because he has like this special ingrained, and I say this because you start the kids young and they just get a little extra something, you know, there's a little bit of extra feel. There's another 10,000 hours put on top of their athleticism because they've been doing this for so long, grappling especially. And du Plessis is an excellent grappler, but what it comes down to is being able to relax during those grappling exchanges and not use that much energy. His body is big, but he's like a bigger human being, not necessarily just a big muscle-bound guy like du Plessis. He's like du Plessis has the frame of a lighter man, but has put on muscle to compete at the higher weight class. Yeah, Chimaev might have an edge, might be an upset there.
So that's all we have from today's video, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. Share your thoughts about Khamzat versus DDP's matchup in the comments section, and subscribe to our channel to get more updates about their ongoing beef.